Is everything okay with The Witcher Season 3? At one time, that might have been a simple thing to ask. But given that it took a long time for Season 2 to get done due to COVID and other issues, asking that for the now in production Season 3 isn't that bad of an ask. Sure enough, there were some issues on the set, but those seemed to be handled according to reports. But even with that now being settled, there are a lot of questions about what is going to happen in Season 3 of the hit Netflix show. So let's show you all what you can expect. The production halting and resuming. The Witcher has resumed filming after production was briefly halted last month as a result of COVID-19. According to the Witcher news site Redanian Intelligence, the actors have now returned to the set for Season 3 after last week's abrupt filming break. At that time, Netflix announced that production had paused due to COVID, and we will be up and running as soon as it is safe to do so, but didn't share any more details. If you recall, Season 2 had many of those issues, not the least of which was because filming initially happened right when the pandemic broke out across the world. Then they tried to film with the revised protocols that were anything but basic to try and keep filming going while also keeping everyone safe. It didn't work out at times, but A for effort. Either way though, Season 2 got done and was a hit, and Season 3 is going strong once again. So now, let's look forward to what might be going on in it next. The showrunner speaks. While speaking to showrunner Lauren S. Hisrich in the last week of November of 2021, Digital Spy learned that the writer's room is already working on scripts for Season 3. The writer's room this season is incredible. I mean, we've always had incredible writers on the show, but I feel that this season specifically we had some new people come in, and it was really interesting how it changed the dynamic of the room to have this sort of new blood. People who have watched the first season, who then had screened the second season, and came in with fresh new ideas, who sort of challenged me on things that I hadn't really thought about before. What is interesting though is that we finished the scripts, and only then do we start talking to the actors and the directors and getting into the production constraints of actually turning these 8 episodes into a full-length journey. It's important to me that the actors, for instance, that they feel passionate about their journeys as well, that they understand their characters' journeys. So those are all conversations that will start soon. So clearly, they were pumped to be writing Season 3. And there's much anticipation over this season, given how Season 2 went and ended. Filming was confirmed to have commenced by April 2022, with the show's official Twitter account sharing a photo of Henry Cavill, Anya Chalotra, and Freya Allen on set and sitting in their chairs. The cast. Henry Cavill will be in Season 3 because, without Geralt, there isn't really a show, right? Alongside our faves that have made the show what it is. Freya Allen as Cirilla, aka Ciri, Anya Chalotra as Yennefer of Vengerberg, Joey Beatty as Jaskier, Royce Pearson as Istred, Anna Schaefer as Triss Merigold, and Kim Bodnia as Vesemir. If you've binged Season 2 right to the very end, you'll also know that Ciri's father, Emir, comes back from the dead, so to speak. Actor Bart Edwards will play a major role as Season 3's big bad if that Omnia Season 2 ending is anything to go by. As the alliance between Nilfgaard and the elves grow tenser, expect to see characters from this conflict return. Not to mention the mages as well. So that means Mimi Nanduini, Fringella, Media Simpson, Francesca, Mahesh Jadoo, Vilgefortz, and Mayanna Beering. Tisea will all probably return for another go of things in Season 3. As Season 3 began filming, a list of new additions were confirmed, including some familiar faces from other big franchises. The Flash's Robbie Amell as Gallatin, who leads an army of guerrilla Societal fighting for Nilfgaard. Shang-Chi's Mengir Zhang as Milva, a fierce and talented human huntress adopted by the Dryads of Brochelon Forest, who also has incredible archery skills and a strong survival instinct. Fleabag Sue Skinner as King Visimir's Ed Birch playboy brother, Prince Radovid. The press release states, with his good looks and drunken charm, Radovid amazes with how incisive he can be in political affairs. But it's all games until someone gets hurt. Bloods' Crystal Elwyn is Mistel, a member of a teenage misfit gang, the Rats, who is suspicious and out for revenge. Though a chance meeting changes everything. Thanks to Redanian Intelligence, we do think that the producers have put their casting feelers out for a character called the Professor, aka Ralph Blunden. who's known to those familiar with Witcher canon essentially as an assassin in specs with a big vocabulary, though he doesn't always understand the words himself. He's tracking down Yennefer and Ciri inevitably. He's not to be confused with the professor in the first Witcher game, by the way, who is kind of similar but kind of different. None of this has been confirmed. It's worth pointing out. The Redanian intelligence is also suggesting Safia Inger has been cast as key time of concept character Milva. But until we see an official announcement, we'll take that with a pinch of salt, Peter. One person who may be missing from the proceedings, though, is Bridgerton's Adjoa Ando, who plays High Priestess Neneki. The actress has confirmed she's unsure how involved she'll be in the upcoming episodes. "Yeah, I don't know," Ando told Radio Times when asked about a possible return. "We'll see. The books are so huge, and they've gone so many different ways in the stories. Neneki is in the books a lot. But it depends what they want to do with, this version of it. It's totally about what the creators of the show want to do with this material from the books and how they want to swing that. And so, we'll wait and see." Season 3 synopsis. Okay, so now we know more or less who will show up. But now the question is, what will they be showing up for overall? The official synopsis for the show reads, as monarchs, mages, and beasts of continent compete to capture her, Geralt takes Ciri of Sintra into hiding, determined to protect his newly reunited family against those who threaten to destroy it. It teased, entrusted with Ciri's magical training, Yennefer leads them to the protected fortress of Artuza, where she hopes to discover more about the girl's untapped powers. Instead, they discover they've landed in a battlefield of political corruption, dark magic, and treachery. They must fight back, put everything on the line, or risk losing each other forever. Money aside, S3 is huge, according to Lauren S. Hisrich, and she should know. She also knows what the budget is, but clearly, she doesn't want to share on that front, which is fair enough. Going back to the characters, just because Geralt and Yennefer are reunited doesn't mean it'll go back to the way they were. While chatting to Netflix's Geeked channel after Season 2 dropped, Cavill explained that things are going to be quite different for Geralt and Yennefer following that big betrayal. It's a fairly extreme set of circumstances to come back from. It's a tough one to forgive. It's going to take some real work. The true development of Geralt this season is him being able to recognize that he can't do this himself. Anya Chalotra chimed in too, explaining that Yennefer has a lot to learn moving forward. "It's habitual, isn't it?" she cowled. "And she's lived the kind of life she's lived with all the rules she lives by. And that's Yen, and she doesn't trust nobody. She might have learned to consider things more, and it's going to be really hard to just delve into a new way of being." The release. Sadly, because production is still going on, it's impossible to know just when Season 3 of The Witcher will release. If one was to try and guess, it likely won't be this year, nor even early next year. If they're going to keep to tradition, then they'll release it in December of next year should no other delays or holdups happen. Then again, we may get a lot of surprise and thus throw things into even more chaos. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at The Witcher Season 3 and all that has both gone on with it and what is likely to happen with it next? Do you think that Season 3 is going to be the best of the lot? Do you hope that there isn't any more delays to set it back any further? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.